Hello. Welcome to That 90s Spider-Man Show, which is the podcast that you're listening to right now. So, we're doing something a bit different this time around. If you can't tell already, I am drunk. And we're going to be talking about lots of things under the influence of alcohol. Who's this, you ask, hypothetical listener? My name is Henry. I am one of the hosts of That 90s Spider-Man Show.
The coasts?
The coasts, yep. Coast to coast, host to host. And from this host to another host, it's Jack.
Did you just get like 10 times drunker as soon as you hit record?
I was already this drunk, you just didn't realise.
Oh, okay, right. If this is anyone's first episode, this is a very chaotic place to start.
Mm-hmm.
But I suppose
this is a terrible first episode, just FYI.
I suppose like we can adopt like the apocalypse point of view and be like survival of the fittest. Like if you make it through this podcast and you still like it, then you're probably a listener for life.
Yeah, it's not going to get any worse than this.
Yeah, but then everyone else who's not super into it is gone.
Yeah, that's just, I have so many like friends and people I've dated who have been like, yeah, this is great, you have a podcast, and then they're like, this isn't for me. Yeah. You know, this is so niche, I don't know why you made me listen to this. And I was like, I fucking knew, but you were like, want to be supportive and shit. I was like, no.
How dare they?
How fucking dare they?
See, this is why I don't tell anyone I have a podcast.
You just like keep it, you have a sense of shame about it, which I should really adopt.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I remember talking to my brother once at a party when we'd been doing this podcast for a few months, and someone there was talking about starting a podcast, and then my brother made fun of me saying, imagine if Jack did a podcast, it would be so bad. And he was just talking about like how my voice was super monotone and slow and I meander, and I was like, I agree, and I'm not gonna then have the addendum, by the way,
I did it anyway.
You can find That Night Spider-Man Show on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and all the podcasty places.
Which you can do, by the way, just so you know.
Well, they don't need to know. They're already here.
Yeah, but like we do it at the end anyway, so we might as well do it at the beginning.
Oh yeah, just do everything in reverse.
Yeah. So yeah, good night, folks.
We are going to be ranking the X-Men movies, but...
oh yeah, we should probably mention this is like an X-Men like centric kind of thing.
Yeah, you said we're going to be talking about a lot of things, and then you didn't specify.
Man, I thought we were going to like get into that a bit later on.
Although that's good though, because you're growing as a host. Mm-hmm. Because before you would always explain exactly what we're doing, and it's like they already found the podcast, they found the title.
They know vaguely what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You can all read, right? 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 Answer me! No, I'm sorry. This is just a weird bit. But yeah, just as a bit of clarification, yes, we're both shit-faced. This is something we want to do.
I'm not shit-faced.
You should be.
I'm pleasantly... I'm a happy wino.
I'm pretty drunk.
Yeah. Part of the reason for doing this is we were thinking of doing like drunk hot takes or...
Drunk hot takes.
Whatever the fuck we end up calling it. And we were going to do this on our Patreon feed, which we started recently.
We should definitely invest in that.
And
good stuff.
We were thinking of doing it on air, and we're like, we'll just do a teaser in the same way we did with our comic book club. We thought, we'll just talk about the X-Men movies, since we're doing like a whole X-Men retrospective on our Patreon feed anyway.
Yeah.
So we're not going to get like super deep into the movies, because like we're going to do it over there.
We've already
anyway.
kind of like talked about most of them. I'm going to keep talking about them.
Yeah.
So,
at the time we're recording, the first X-Men one's already out there. By the time this comes out, maybe X2 will be out. We'll be going through every single one of them. It should also mention that we'll be ranking stuff today, but we're not... New Mutants isn't a part of this.
New Mutants? What's that?
Yeah, we're not... Like, it's not
That's going to be delayed until next year, our podcast on that.
No. We're not going to delay as much as, like, New Mutants, because that means we'll be doing, like, 2025.
And by that point, civilization would have crumbled.
But, yeah, we're not going to the cinema right now because of...
Oh, the pandemic outside.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
Did you guys know there's a pandemic going on outside? Like, because I kind of forgot.
Yeah, I just haven't left my house for, like, no reason.
No. I was going to say, like, Jack's grown a really good, like, apocalypse beard, but it's the same beard you've always had.
I got longer and shorter. I was clean shaven for like the first time in like 5 years, actually. Yeah. I did the reverse pandemic beard.
Yeah.
But then I looked like a weird... I looked like fucking Bod.
You look like Sheriff Woody. It's really weird.
Sheriff Woody?
Yeah.
Like the toy?
The toy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's better than I thought I looked, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I thought I kind of looked like if Carl Pilkington was a heroin addict. Anyway, X-Men. If we were doing this and we hadn't already recorded a bunch of the retrospectives, I'd be coming in so much more negative right now.
Yeah.
Because my general thing with the X-Men movies is that I do like, some of them, but there's just a lot of them I don't like. And I became quite exhausted with the whole thing by the time we got to, 2020. Mm-hmm. I was just so bored of it. So I was probably going to come into this be like, fuck X-Men movies, and kind of forgetting the ones I did like. But now we covered a few, I'm like, I like X-Men movies. There's a lot of shit in there, but there's also some good shit in there. But I will say that I don't have a huge knowledge of X-Men comics, but it seems like they do a pretty shallow dive into X-Men stuff.
Yeah.
X-Men isn't all about mutants versus humans and the philosophy of Magneto versus the philosophy of Professor X, which almost every one of these movies is.
They're compelling storylines, but there's so much more to these massive roster of characters.
Yeah, and you'd think that they might have got a bit weirder over 20 years since X-Men.
You'd think. Do you know what this franchise reminds me a lot of? I was kind of a rhetorical question, but I'm enjoying you trying to guess it.
It reminds you of Billy Ray Cyrus.
No, nothing that sad. Just one movie reminds me of Billy Ray Cyrus. It reminds me of The Simpsons. In that, as a whole, you kind of think of The Simpsons as not very good because you have a bit of recency bias. But if you look at, the Simpsons in its heyday, you're like, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah. It's kind of similar. Everyone's like X-Men 1, X-Men 2, they're great. And then there's a mixed bag, and then it's terrible.
And then it's good for a little bit, then it's terrible again.
Well, I think a lot of people, most people I know, are first 10 seasons of Simpsons, great. Everything else, garbage. Mm-hmm. And we've actually been going through fucking all the episodes.
We're on season 30 of The Simpsons.
Yeah, since Disney Plus came out. And now I'm on the thing with X-Men where it's, not X-Men, with Simpsons where it's it kind of gets better and then it gets worse and it gets better and then it gets worse. And then season 30 is really good, but there's a lot of shit
it's
to
not
get
consistent,
that.
Yeah.
However good season 30 is, I'm definitely gonna be rewatching a season 4 episode before I rewatch season 30.
Yeah.
And I guess season 30 would be the Dark Phoenix.
Slight spoilers for our Dark Phoenix retrospective, but that movie is not that bad. Leave it alone.
Well,
it's better than Days of Future Past, I think.
Well, that's getting into our ranking, and since we're there,
we're gonna be ranking the X-Men movies.
So we're gonna go for our own personal rankings, and then we're also gonna maybe do a top 5 characters, bottom 5 characters as
Absolutely,
well.
mentally.
How do you want to do this? Do you want to just I tell you what, to quote Magneto in First Class, if you show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Okay, sure.
We'll show you ours if you show us yours.
Okay, so we're going from bottom to top.
Yeah, sure.
So I have
number 12.
Number 12 is X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Okay.
Number 11, X3.
Yeah, X-Men Last Stand, right?
Yeah. Number 10, X-Men Apocalypse.
Okay, sure.
Number 9, X-Men Days of Future Past.
Okay, interesting.
8, I've gone for Deadpool.
Okay, sure.
And then number 7, Dark Phoenix.
Interesting. I feel like that's where people are going to be disagreeing.
They can go fuck themselves. You're fucking wrong.
Dark Phoenix is fine.
Deadpool is fine.
Yeah.
And then number 6 is Deadpool 2.
Right.
Number 5 is the Wolverine.
Okay, sure.
Number 4 is X-Men First Class.
Number X.
Fuck you, I'm drunk, okay?
So number 4 is what?
X-Men First Class.
Okay, sure.
Number 3 is X-Men 2000.
Uh-huh.
Number 2 is Logan.
Okay.
And then number 1 is X2.
Shit, we actually have a really similar list and I wasn't expecting that. I thought you'd get pissed at my list, but we have a really similar one.
Okay.
Okay, so I got 12 X-Men Origins, 11 Last Stand, 10 Apocalypse.
Okay. It's identical so far.
9 Deadpool.
Okay.
8 Days of Future Past.
Yeah, it's super similar.
7 Dark Phoenix. 6 Deadpool 2. 5 X-Men First Class.
Okay.
4 The Wolverine.
Jesus Christ.
And then we change a bit here. At number 3, I can't say the number 3, so I say Free.
Yeah.
At number 3 is X2.
Okay.
Number 2 is X-Men. And number 1 is Logan.
Interesting. Okay, so like the big thing here for me is X2. Out of X2, Logan, and X-Men, you think X2 is the worst of those 3 films? I'm not saying it's bad, but like it's your least favorite. Why?
I just really fucking like X-Men. And also Logan is one of, if not my favorite superhero movie last time I watched it. It's really up there with like battling out with Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2. Pretty
Really?
much. Yeah. I really fucking like Logan.
I like
liked
Logan
it the
as
first
well.
time, liked it the second time, third time round. I don't know what happened. It was even better. So
I don't disagree. I fucking love Logan, but I don't know. Maybe it's like a recency bias thing as well of like having watched like X1 and X2 for this. I think the first X-Men's great,
yeah.
but I had a real like love for X2. I think it's like, as far as superhero sequels go, it's right up there.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about that first X-Men because I really understand why people would prefer X2. I just like it. I feel like it's a proper like one of those like just personal preference things.
It is an excellent film.
They're really like on the same level for me for the most part. It's just like I don't know.
I'm not. I don't disagree with you. I'm just like curious because I think we're on the same like, pretty much we're on the same opinion of these movies. It's just that like I think what we look for in an X-Men movie is slightly different here and there.
Yeah, I guess so. The thing we can agree on is that, and I don't think most people would differ from putting Last Stand, Origins, and Apocalypse in their bottom 3.
Those movies are fucking terrible.
Yeah, and I don't think I think even diehard X-Men movie fans like aren't super into those.
Yeah. Well, the controversial one, I feel.
Days of Future Past.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, like, I think we had a thing where we were watching it, and you said to me, like, at one point, is this bad?
Yeah, I was like, real question, is this fucking awful?
And I kind of didn't disagree with him. I remember, like, first time I saw this in cinema, thinking, like, I was kind of underwhelmed by that.
Yeah.
The thing with X-Men Days of Future Past is, it's got like, all the other cast back in, and it has some cool set pieces, but it's all surface shit. You know, it's all like spectacle and set piece. But if you go into like the dialogue in this is like the worst of the X-Men movies. It's terrible. Like the bullshit they give Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart to say in this movie.
Days of Future Past is kind of like enjoyable though. Like it's easy to watch. The first time I watched Apocalypse, I had a fucking ball. I loved that shit because I was like, this is terrible, but this is like fucking Neil Breen's X-Men. Like, it was like so just insane and stupid. And then the second time around, I was just bummed out. And I think it's because I didn't have that energy of like, what are they doing? And then I just became a bit more bummed out that I'm like, why are they doing Angel like this? And why did Olivia Munn do all this fucking training to be Cyclops and then just like have like one line on screen and then a bunch of fucking CGI? Why did they waste Oscar Isaac on this? And
they fucking wasted Oscar Isaac.
The highlight of Apocalypse is the shaving scene where
that's not a shaving. It's
a
magical shaving.
Yeah, where Apocalypse magically shaves Xavier's head to put the final piece to assemble Professor X. We already put him in a wheelchair and then took him out of a wheelchair and then put him back in a wheelchair. We turned him from like being like this guy who all he wants to do is fuck to like now he's like completely asexual and doesn't give a fuck about anything other than teaching people. Yeah. But now we got to shave his head.
We've got to like finish the transformation. Question: do you think Apocalypse has any body hair whatsoever?
Well, he has
Follow-up question: do you think he can grow a beard if he wanted to?
I'm pretty sure he has matter manipulation as a power because Apocalypse has every power ever because controversial opinion maybe like Apocalypse in comics he's garbage.
It's really fucking
he has
powerful.
cool stories and it's cool to have a threatening villain, but he has every power and
it's just kind of boring.
Yeah, it's just confusing. Like that dude has like 1 million powers and he has ancient alien technology.
How can he lose anything?
Yeah, but in this I have nothing to say about Apocalypse. He was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And he goes, learning.
he looks like a liner cut dildo. It's just like...
He just like a Power Rangers villain.
As you were saying, like, Oscar Isaac is such a charismatic and distinctive actor, and the fact that they just, like, plunged him in makeup, and then, like, just nerfed every, like, voice adaptation that he has, it's just like, what are we doing? Why did you get him for this role? He could have been, like, a good, like, X-Man. I think Apocalypse might be the worst villain I've seen in a comic book movie.
Really?
He's fucking terrible. I mean, like...
I don't think he's even the worst in that series.
Do you reckon? I don't know, who you thinking, like, below him?
Well, I think that gets into our bottom 5.
Do you want to get into it? Yeah, because we can...
Well, do you want to start with the top 5? Because I think
do top 5, because...
Let's start positive.
Yeah, let's go positive.
Top 5 characters going from number 5 to 1.
Yeah.
So I guess, like, really good to, like...
The best.
Number 5, I've got someone who you probably wouldn't recognise by their name. Donald Pierce. Who's played by Boyd Holbrook, and he's like one of the villains in Logan. But like not like, I guess, like the main villain, but he's like the asshole with like the cyborg hand who's like fucking with X-23 for like most of that movie.
Oh yeah?
I fucking love him. I thought he was just like loads of fun.
I can't remember him now. I'm kind of sad I didn't put him on there.
At number 4, I got William Stryker.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's fine in most of them, but I'm speaking of like Brian Cox here.
Yeah?
I fucking love him as a villain. As you'll hear in our X2 retrospective on the Patreon.
I know, X1. Oh, no, X2, because you're talking about Striker, not Magneto.
Yeah. And then at number 3, I got Yukio from the Wolverine. Technically, for some reason, Yukio is also in Deadpool 2, but they used the name, but then they like gave her just like different powers. And
isn't she like Megasonic Teenage Warhead's girlfriend?
Yeah, it's just like, which I thought she was fine in it. Like she was, I'm fine with Yukio in Deadpool 2. Like she didn't really like do much. She was there for jokes, but like she was fine. But Yukio in the Wolverine, I think is like, she's the best part of that movie, and that movie is super underrated, and she was just fucking badass, and I really liked her, and I'm kind of sad that we never saw that version of Yukio again. And number 2, it's kind of a basic bitch answer. Yeah. Wolverine.
Okay.
I got sick of Wolverine, pretty quick. Mm-hmm. But I think he's great in X-Men. X-Men 2, he's great. He's great in the Wolverine. He's great in Logan. He's pretty good. He's good in Days of Future Past.
Despite everything else.
Yeah, and I feel like he kind of does the best he can with the shit in X-Men 3 and X-Men Origins. It's not really his fault that those movies suck.
No. He never lets anyone down in these movies.
Yeah, but there's quite a lot of movies of him being great. So I'm super into that. But number 1
obviously
is Magneto.
Yeah.
The interesting thing about this is I don't even need to specify which Magneto I mean, because
they're both amazing.
Yeah. I probably prefer Ian McKellen a little bit, but
I think that's partly because like the Fassbender version has like the same storyline like 3 times.
Yeah, they don't really do much with him after First Class, really.
But Fassbender fucking brings it.
Yeah, he's really fucking good in all of them. Ian McKellen's really good in all of them, and yeah, he's the fucking best. And Ian McKellen's Magneto is like my favourite comic book villain.
He's
I think
fucking
so.
incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my top 5. What's yours?
Excelente. So, I think we have the same, like, well, no, we have entirely different lists. It's ridiculous. So, before we start with our top 5, I kind of want to give a couple of honourable mentions, which were Quicksilver and Jean Grey.
Really?
Yeah, like, Quicksilver I thought was really, really great in,
Age of Ultron.
No, in Days of Future Past. I think he's, like, the best part of that movie.
Mm-hmm. I think he's a good set piece.
He's an excellent set piece, but I think, like, that first set piece is incredible. It's, like, one of my favourite scenes in all the X-Men franchise.
Yeah.
But the problem is they just beat it into the ground and it becomes irritating by, like, the time he gets, what was it, like, Dark Phoenix? No, Apocalypse. No, it's Apocalypse I'm thinking of.
Is he even in Dark Phoenix? I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure he's in Dark Phoenix. Because they find a way to nerf him really quickly. Even, yeah, Jean Grey, who I think I like Sophie Turner in the role. I didn't
Yeah.
expect to like Sophie Turner, but I think she's good in it. Famke Janssen is Famke Janssen, so
Yeah.
she's excellent. And and then there's also...
Rewatching them, I was surprised at how much I liked Jean, actually.
Yeah, she's pretty
she
good.
wouldn't make it into my top 5, but...
She's like for me an honorable mention, and as well as that, Charles Xavier is my honorable mention.
Right.
So that's the honorable mentions.
Okay.
And then starting at number 5, we have Mystique.
Yeah, she really nearly got into mine.
Yeah, Mystique, I think...
Are we specifying a Mystique or just general?
I think general Mystique. I prefer Rebecca Romans Mystique, but I think Jennifer Lawrence's Mystique, when she gives a shit, is good as well.
So, like, one of the movies she was in.
Yeah. And, like, I think with the obvious metaphors with the X-Men, about, like, civil rights and, like, LGBT kind of parallels, like, Mystique is, like, the one kind of character who I think of as, like, this is specifically is about race. It's about her looking different from other people and wanting to be the same. And that through line kind of carries through like 3-4 movies, and every time there's this... I don't want to get into like race so much here and get into like some proper like discussions about it, but like there's
let's
a
get drunk and get into race.
Yeah.
Podcast.
What I will say is that there's a kind of parallel between that. There's like a confidence and insecurity in Mystique, which I find a lot in, like, black women.
Right, yeah.
If that makes sense.
And, like, a lot of her stuff is about, like, you know...
looking different other people and wanting to be accepted and be beautiful for what she is.
But, yeah, and then Mutant and Proud, like, the idea of her being someone who, like Nightcrawler says next to, is like, you know, doesn't he say something like, if you can look like anyone else, then why not look like them all the time?
Yeah. And
the fact that she is always like that is kind of awesome, which is why, and they bring it up in like First Class and stuff, which is one of the weird things actually, because Jennifer Lawrence doesn't want to be in makeup all the time, and they really want to keep Jennifer Lawrence, even though the character gives them the allowance to literally have fucking anyone play Mystique. They still like have to come up with reasons to make her not blue and to turn back into regular Jennifer Lawrence all the time, which kind of clashes with the actual story of like she's becoming okay with
who she is,
and she's only transforming like when it's useful rather than like because she wants to be a certain way. But because you think about it, every single time she's Jennifer Lawrence as a blonde, she has transformed into that to look like a big air quotes normal person. Yeah. So that kind of fucks with the metaphor quite a lot.
Yeah. But this is like an interesting take on like the civil rights, like the race stuff that like is most explicit with her. So she's my number 5. At number 4, it's a bit of a rogue one, but I'm gonna say like Nightcrawler. Like I really like Nightcrawler in X2.
He makes a strong impression for just like one movie.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, he's in the ones.
He's in Dark Phoenix as well.
And Apocalypse.
Is he in Apocalypse?
He is, but he doesn't really
do anything. But no, he's great. I like him as a character. I think like the faith thing is something I didn't find engrossing at all, which is surprising because I grew up in a very religious household, and the thought of Christianity makes me sick to my stomach. And I find his compelling.
Yeah, my dad was blue, so I'm surprised that didn't grate on me.
Number 3, I've got Beast.
Oh yeah, wait, all Beasts?
Kelsey Grammer Beast for sure.
Kelsey Grammer Beast is fucking great. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely an honourable mention for me.
And I will say Nicholas Hoult Beast in like the first 2 movies. First Class and Days of Future Past.
I actually like...
And maybe Ben Dark Phoenix actually as well.
I was about to say, my favourite part about Dark Phoenix was Beast. I mean, we'll get into it when we cover that properly, but I really like him in that. I think he's kind of not used at all in Apocalypse.
No.
And
he's wasted in Apocalypse.
And he's one of the better things about Days of Future Past, actually, now I think about it, but he's still not amazing.
And it's still pretty good in First Class as well.
Although he looks kind of dumb in First Class.
That's the only thing. Like, that's not his fault.
That's the weird thing, right? Is that Kelsey Grammer's Beast looked fucking great, and then the next time he comes up,
he looks terrible.
Yeah, he looks worse. It's weird. It's like 5 years later in like movie tech, and he looks worse. But
I'm assuming that like they didn't have the budget because like maybe X3 was the expensive.
It was actually like time, I think X-Men 3 was like one of the more expensive ones. So
at the time, it was the most expensive. She said in our episode on X3, which you can find on our Patreon. Head, nudge, nudge.
I have forgotten that podcast, even though
it's like
it was fun to make,
really fun to make. But I remember like bursting into laughs when I heard that it cost $210 million to make somehow. But yeah, Beast is my number 3. I think he's like one of my favorite like X-Men in general. He's like insanely good. I love his kind of like parallel with Jennifer Lawrence. As a parallel to Jennifer Lawrence's like journey towards self-acceptance. As the movies go on, like Hank like really starts to pull away from like his obviously blue fur.
And he becomes a bit like, he starts off quite like he thinks he's logical, but he's like kind of a bit
he's super emotional.
but he's super driven by emotion and insecurity and stuff.
Yeah.
But then like as the movies progress, he kind of goes through the same arc like a million times, but he also like become a bit more level.
Beast.
But also get like a bit more level-headed, get kind of thoughtful, which
matures.
take kind of a backseat a bit, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I kind of appreciate that. And to be honest, going by the comics, I'm pretty sure Beast is my favorite X-Men. I think he embodies fucking everything I love about X-Men. So I'm quite glad that they never like really fucked up Beast. And it can be really annoying when you like love a character and then they fuck it up.
Beast would be really fun to hang out with as an X-Man.
Yeah, and if you want to see a photoshopped Henry looking like Beast, you can look at the episode image for Beats by Beast.
No, it's Swole Mutant Bathhouse, which has the image.
Swole Mutant Bathhouse, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, if this is your first episode, we have stupid titles.
We are sorry.
It's my favourite thing to do.
It's amazing. Half the podcast is just me like coming up with weird bits and Jack bringing them to life, and it's like kind of our like dynamic. But yeah, so that's my number 3 favorite X-Man, and number 2, I'm gonna go with No, I'm going with Wolverine.
Oh, I wonder what your number 1 is.
It's Deadpool. No, my number. Jack covered it a lot here, but as much as it got annoying having him as a center, there's a reason why like everyone loves Wolverine. He's like probably the best known X-Man, I'd say, and
he's a great character, and Hugh Jackman was great.
I think Hugh Jackman is better than maybe the character.
When I say he's a great character, I mean comic.
Yeah, Wolverine kind of makes the absolute best of the character. I feel like sometimes
Hugh Jackman makes the best of the character.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman's best of the character. Fuck him,
I mean, it's that thing though, right? Like Hugh Jackman is Wolverine, Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark.
Yeah,
you know.
I would say probably Chris Evans as Captain America. That's in the list.
Yeah,
but
Chris Cooper is the Green Goblin.
Absolutely.
Paul Giamatti is the Rhino.
I mean, you're joking, but I'm serious. He's the best Rhino.
You haven't seen enough movies with either of those two, then.
Have you seen Big Fat Liar with Paul Giamatti as the bad guy, as the titular Big Fat Liar?
No.
You should. You can't talk.
Should I?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Don't.
I mean, I'm in lockdown with Disney Plus, so like, fuck it at this point.
At this point, fuck it.
I watched fucking Can of Worms the other day.
Man, it was better than Fuzzbucket, which is like
about this weird like
little rat.
It's like E.T. but with like a rat man who like looks like
he looks like a greasy hobo rat man.
Yeah, and he looks terrifying, and he like fucking gaslights this kid and ruins his life, and then leaves, and it's meant to be wholesome.
It's ridiculous.
I'm really, really surprised that he didn't give me nightmares.
I mean, if you were a kid, he probably would have.
Yeah.
He was fucking terrifying. I feel we're getting off track, but we're just going to dive right into it. Like, yeah, like, we're talking about Fuzzbucket for 45 minutes. Why not? It's actually, like, the same length as the wrong time for this movie. Oh, God. What was I? Yeah, number 2 is Wolverine. I love, obviously, X1, X2. I love the Wolverine. I love Logan. And, yeah, Hugh Jackman's great in them. He's always fun on camera. But, like, a lot of the time, like, the movie kind of goes, like, well, we've got Hugh Jackman. We don't have to write a script for this bullshit. Yeah. And the Jean Grey pining kind of left a sour taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Which probably,
they
like...
kind of milk it.
Yeah. Because it's like, at the end of the day, you're just, like, creeping on someone else's girl.
Yeah.
And it's not like Jim and Pam where, like, you know, they're gonna get together. It's like, no, this guy's just being creepy.
They kind of do that in the comics as well, but, like, they kind of at least, like, leave it alone for a while.
Yeah, leave
like,
it the fuck alone.
It's not like the only Wolverine thing.
We can go into, like, the kind of culture of having this guy who's really into the girl, but she's not into him, and if he just tries hard enough, you get in there, and it's like...
Yeah, you can get in there and murder her.
Well, that's probably where it's going to go. Because in real life, if you, like, pine over somebody for that amount of time, you either murder them or you just get your heart broken. But most likely you murder them.
Well, hopefully no one's taking advice from this podcast at this point.
No, you should be taking advice from everything that we do.
Who's number 1? I can't imagine who it could be.
It's Magneto, who is the best part of these movies.
Yeah.
There's something kind of compelling about a great villain, obviously, as we know, but, like, thing with Magneto is that while you kind of think this guy's an asshole, you also can't really argue with him.
Yeah.
Like, from like his perspective, you're like, yeah, I'd be exactly the same, but I've had those experiences that I had.
Yeah, and it's properly...
I'd be pissed off.
I think our main disagreement on X-Men 1 and 2 really is that I think he's better in X-Men, and you think he's better in X2, right?
I don't think he's better, but I think, like...
Maybe more enjoyable.
I enjoy him more in X2.
He's more of a sassy bitch in X2.
Like, I think, like, like, the way he utilizes him is probably better in X2. Whereas, like, I love his arc in the first X-Men, and I think he's excellent as a character. And I appreciate that given the time and the space to grow as a character.
Yeah.
But, like, if we're talking an X-Men serial, X2 is the benchmark for that, of him, like, kind of going, like, I'll help you, Charles, and then, no, I'm not, I'm gonna fuck you over at the last minute.
And just doing, like, badass shit left and right.
You thought I was saving a genocide? No, I was just changing the genocide. See you later, Charles. You're going to have killed 4.5 million people.
Way more than 4.5.
4.5 billion people.
Yeah. I think it was more like 7 billion.
You're a war criminal, Charles.
Okay.
But yeah, he's excellent in these.
Bottom 5.
Bottom 5. So, again, I've got an honorable mention because I cannot choose.
God damn.
But honorable mention, I only have one this time.
Oh, okay.
No, two. Sorry, so I have two.
Oh, fuck's sake.
So, Cyclops.
Really?
Cyclops doesn't do shit in these movies.
We talked. I thought you liked Cyclops in X-Men 1.
Yeah, but he doesn't do anything.
But ranking him as the worst is pretty hard.
He's an honorable mention.
I think Cyclops, if it wasn't for the fact he got like sidelined in X-Men 2 and 3, he'd be like a contender for my top 5. He'd be hanging around the outside.
Based
going,
on X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Huh?
Based on Dark Phoenix.
I like him in Dark Phoenix.
I like him in Dark Phoenix too.
I like him in Apocalypse.
Is he in Apocalypse?
Yeah, that's the first one they brought Ty Sheridan in for.
Oh yeah, because obviously that's one where like his brother dies. His weirdly like non-aging brother.
His brother is like 60 years old but looks 20. Yeah. And I like him in X-Men 1. X-Men 2 he does nothing really. Yeah. And then X-Men 3 he gets like turned into oatmeal.
We assume off camera.
He got turned into a pair of glasses.
Yeah. And then they brought him back in Days of Future Past very briefly, but they gave him like the fucking 3D glasses you get like in like the movies in 1998.
Yeah, it was weird.
It looks terrible. Other one mention is Juggernaut.
Juggernaut?
Yeah.
Is that combining both or just the Vinnie Jones?
Just the Vinnie Jones one.
Yeah.
I don't have an opinion on the Deadpool 2 one.
Number 5.
Number 5 is The Blob.
The Blob?
Fuck The Blob.
Kevin Durant.
I love Kevin Durant, but like he doesn't do anything. But like the reason he's on the bottom
chews
of
gum.
He chews gum and doesn't kick ass.
Yeah.
And he's all out bubblegum because he ate it. That he's on this list entirely for the line where he introduces himself as a blob. Wolverine says to him something like, "Don't mess with me, bub." And then Kevin Durant says, "Did you just call me the Blob?" And Wolverine's like, "No." And I'm pretty sure it's the last thing you see of him in the movie.
But that's actually one of my favourite lines in that movie.
It's like a fucking Simpsons joke.
Yeah, it's great though. It actually reminds me, there's a bit in a comic where the Gibbon.
Oh, fucking the Gibbon.
Who we talked about in like one of our Weird Law episodes.
I have a controversial opinion about this podcast.
What?
It's a clip show. Because you're just referring to the podcast and like, remember when we talked about this?
Drop in the clip.
Yeah, they just have this like monkey suit to put on that just has a hole for the face so he can poke his Gibbon-like face out of the monkey suit. And then he starts like, he's like, well, okay, this is kind of humiliating, but you know, I'm part of the show anyway. So he starts like, oh, I can do this, I can do that, and like flipping around, like doing this amazing stuff. But then the guy running it is like, you're stepping on everyone's thunder of like the actual acrobats. You're just here to look like a monkey. This is him like swinging around at the circus, and people.
Is that not a mask?
No, that's his face.
Oh my god.
That's the thing. They thought it was a mask, but
oh my god.
There's a fairly modern day comic where there's like a bunch of supervillains in a bar, and the Gibbon is drinking there with like another like D-lister.
If I was Gibbon, I'd be drinking constantly.
He says something like, "Oh, the Gibbon is a type of monkey," and then the other guy goes, "What?" And he goes, "Oh, I thought you said what's a Gibbon?" And he goes, "No, I didn't." And it's just silence, and it's like the best. And it was like that kind of dynamic of just like I'm the Blob, this is my thing, and just being like, what? No one asked you.
No one cares. Shut the fuck up. And yeah, like for that reason, he beats out Will.i.am in that movie, partly because I can't remember what Will.i.am does in that movie.
Right.
He wears a stupid hat and he dies off screen. No, he dies on screen, but the Blob dies off screen.
His fucking spine ripped out, technically.
So that's like the least that Will.i.am deserves in that bullshit. But no, the Blob gets on my bottom 5 rather, because of that shitty line because he dies off screen. Mm-hmm. And because for a character called the Blob, the only thing he does is be fat. Which is his power, but they don't really do anything with it.
Yeah.
It's just like, he's just kind of there. Number 4, we have Pyro.
Really?
I really don't like Pyro.
Oh. We had, in our X2 podcast, we had this whole argument about me saying his arc wasn't entirely perfect and you backing him up, and it turns out you don't like Pyro.
I don't like him, but I agree his arc is kind of compelling, but as a character, I don't like him.
Fair. I guess he's not.
I find him super irritating.
I find him irritating, but I also like that I find him irritating.
Like, yeah.
He's fun to hate.
He's fun to hate, but I hate him.
What's number 3?
Number 3 is Sabretooth.
All Sabretooth?
All fucking Sabretooth.
LionRaw.mp3
Yeah.
Sabretooth.
/ like Cat, like Liev Schreiber and Cats. The X-Men Origins is a better movie if he bursts into song randomly, but only slightly. And yeah, like Liev Schreiber I like as an actor, I love as an actor, but he looks so fucking stupid in all of like X-Men Origins. It's ridiculous. Like he should be compelling as like Wolverine's brother and the villain, but they find a way to make him boring.
Yeah, I kind of like Sabretooth in the comics. He's pretty simple, as far as I remember, but he's just such a bastard.
Yeah.
That is kind of fun.
But like, this Sabretooth in both versions is devoid of personality. One of them is like, I want to like kill people, and the other one in the first X-Men movie is pretty much like, I want to inflict pain on other people because it kind of turns me on. And he's like, makes like lion raw noises, and I don't even remember how he dies because I don't care. He fucking sucks and I hate him.
What's number 2?
2 is a real number 2 of a character, and he is Apocalypse.
Oh, fair. Yeah. I mean, we already kind of talked about him, so we didn't.
Yeah, fuck Apocalypse. He's number 2 of a character. Big poop.
He's not even the best of the worst.
No.
Or the best worst. He's
not even
the
like
second worst.
Yeah. Can't even like excel in the one thing he's good at. Which would be terrible. He's like, and the number 1 has got to be fucking Deadpool, but from X-Men Origins.
Oh, right. I was about to say. I was like, oh. So I'm guessing you're including both the mute version and the introductory Ryan Reynolds scene at the start.
Yeah, they're both terrible.
Yeah.
I fucking hate both of them. I'm not even getting to the fact that like, they kind of ruin the character, but like, we talk about Ryan Reynolds so many times in this podcast.
Yeah, for some reason.
He's at his most annoying here.
Yeah.
Like, X-Men Origins is goofy, but it's not like Ryan Reynolds going like, look at how goofy this is, goofy. You know? And it's just like, it just feels out of place with everything else in the movie, and it's not very funny.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is making this unbearable movie somehow less fun to watch. I don't know how you're doing this. It's a talent. Hope you were paid extra for this, for making it less watchable, but you're doing it.
It's good setup to have like Deadpool 1 and 2 be almost entirely about how bad it was.
Yeah. Because like, he's right. It's like, he's not the worst part of X-Men Origins, but he's not the best part. Let's say that.
My bottom 5 is actually quite different to yours. We
Yeah.
got 2 crossovers and that's it.
Ooh, crossover episode.
Right. Number 5, Juggernaut. Oh wait, we only have 1 crossover because this is technically an honourable mention on yours.
Okay, yeah.
So, number 5, I got Juggernaut. Obviously, Vinnie Jones sucks in that.
Vinnie Jones sucks in a lot of things.
Like a strong dude, but like nothing really like the actual Juggernaut.
And also he says the meme.
Yeah, he does the meme, which is kind of lame.
It's very lame.
Don't you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
But also, one of the things with Deadpool 2 is like bringing in Juggernaut and that, I think, was kind of very much felt like a thing of like, here's the Juggernaut done right. And he looks more like the Juggernaut, but I don't like the Juggernaut in that movie because, again, he's just a strong guy. All his dialogue, like he makes a reference about how like his brother is Charles Xavier, like he is in the comics. And other than that, that's kind of it. And he's just brought in as heavy, and I thought he wasn't really suitable for that role.
Yeah.
And if you were going to do it, like, the Juggernaut is just, as far as I remember, he's good in the animated series. And he's great in the comics. I think they kind of fucked him up on both ends.
I have no opinion of Juggernaut and Deadpool 2, but I agree wholeheartedly with X3.
Number 4, Apocalypse.
I'm only number 4.
Yeah. Because I kind of enjoy some of his, like, goofiness, and just, like, laughing at him is fun to me. Number 3, I have Angel.
Ben Foster's Angel, or both Angels?
Both Angels.
Okay.
Ben Foster's Angel does fucking nothing. He has that one intro scene, which is cool.
But it's not Ben Foster playing him in that
Yeah,
scene.
and it's nothing to do with, like, it doesn't reflect on the character later or anything. It's
Yeah.
just a scene. It's so easy to forget that he is, like, part of that plot.
Yeah,
Because
he
he does
pretty much flies
nothing.
away.
And he looks kind of dumb. And he's one of, like, the original X-Men. You know, like, he's, like, a big part of the team, and they just, like...
They do my boy dirty.
Yeah. In Apocalypse, they're like, okay, well, let's do it again, but let's do it like a cool Angel.
Speaking of Skull Mori.
Yeah, and he's just like an asshole, and then he joins Apocalypse because he's like cool, and then he just gets his kind of ass kicked and tries to murder people. And does he die in that movie, or do they save him? I can't even remember.
No one fucking cares.
Like, literally no one cares.
They leave him
It's
to die in Egypt.
I feel like there's almost a thing of like, Angel sucks, so we're gonna like shit all over him in these movies, which is weird because I just like...
He
it's
could
like,
be good if you gave a shit.
yeah, just try. Like, it's kind of a cool idea because he's almost like the inverse of like Nightcrawler or Mystique, where he's a mutant, but his mutation is to look like a fucking Aryan sent by God.
Yeah, he looks like a literal angel.
Yeah, and there's some cool stuff in comics, you know, where people like think he's a message from God and stuff like that. There's stuff to do, and you know, he is a character, and they just like fuck it up. So I'm not into that. Number 2, John Rafe. Got Will.i.am.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
He's terrible, and for those who don't know, apparently he's playing John Rafe because he really likes Nightcrawler, and so he asked if he could be someone who could teleport, and that's about the extent of that character.
If I was Will.i.am, I'd say, I like this character, but don't give me the Sesquiu value version of that character.
Yeah, but he's also like...
He's like my third best teleporter in the X-Men universe.
Not even that, because technically, like, I'm pretty sure like Cable and Deadpool can teleport.
Yeah, then fuck this dude.
Yeah.
Bargain basement teleporter.
Also, he's just kind of... He's pretty much just there for exposition, but he's like really terrible at it.
Yeah. It would honestly have been better if all of his lines were like sung in a Black Eyed Peas song. I prefer Fergie in that movie.
Genuinely.
Yeah, it would be a much better movie.
My ultimate worst character.
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons why this movie like fell to the bottom half of my list, and that is Ajax.
I don't know who that is.
It's the villain from Deadpool. Do you remember the villain from Deadpool?
Is it played by Ed Skrein?
Yes. I forgot his name until he said that.
Yeah, I don't remember him at all.
He is, I think, one of the worst fucking villains in the whole superhero subgenre. People just don't remember.
So forgettable. It's not even that he's bad, because that would be something, but no, he's just, I forgot he existed until you just mentioned him.
It actually bums me out in that movie how boring he is, and the movie kind of like points out that he's just the comic book villain to like lampshade it, but then it's like, well, you don't get away with it.
That's the problem with Deadpool 2 in general, is that like...
Deadpool 2?
The first Deadpool, sorry.
Right.
For the most part, the movie is just being like a basic shit superhero movie. But it's going, look how terrible this is.
Yeah.
And I was like, that doesn't make it better if you're aware how terrible it is, you know?
Yeah.
If you shit yourself on a bus and you say to me, like, yeah, like, it's okay because I meant to do it, it's not okay. You still shit yourself, shitty pants. Like, it's not better because you did it on purpose. Yeah, I get what you're doing, but, like, don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so that's my bottom 5.
While your list is different, I don't disagree with that. There's a lot of terrible X-Men characters.
We actually lined up way more than I thought we would in this.
Yeah. Usually we're like polar opposites when it comes to like rankings.
Yeah. Mostly because you're like come up with some insane way to rank.
I did this drunk, so maybe you should get me drunk every time I have to do a ranking.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
Actually, no, your MCU ranking was kind of left field.
Yeah.
It wasn't that it was like
left
insane,
field in that it was correct.
but left field.
Yeah.
What do you mean that fucking look? I don't remember what I was saying because like I was just thinking about your fucking MCU ranking.
It's a clip show.
It's a clip show. You should definitely edit in like us talking about our rankings.
The idea that you would see a trailer that had an ant playing the drums and go, that's not enough ant musicians for me, is fucking stupid.
What I will say is that it helped that I guess we watched the movies at the same time because we were seeing the same movie, and a lot of the time for us it was rewatches rather than coming into it first time.
Yeah.
I think I hadn't seen X-Men Origins or the Wolverine
Or Apocalypse.
and
Or Deadpool 2.
yeah, that's true. So like half the movies I hadn't seen, but like the ones we had seen, we were kind of on the same page about for the most part.
Yeah. I'm interested where New Mutants lands as well, because I would say I like the cast they got going. I like those characters from the comics, and also the fact that like I've heard quite a lot of bad things about it so far kind of makes me interested, because I heard such bad things about Dark Phoenix. The general consensus seemed to be like, this is the shittiest wet fart of an ending to a franchise. And
But
I watched it and I was like,
yeah.
oh, actually, it was okay.
There were parts of it I genuinely enjoyed. I was like, this is done quite well.
Yeah, I
And
think
in
I
a
was
friend-
actually
yeah.
I was actually kind of into it until it got to the end and I started thinking about what was going on a bit, and then I was like, okay, there's a lot of bullshit here, but
Like, the first two acts are not bad, and there's
Yeah.
bits in the third act where I'm like, that's actually pretty cool.
yeah.
And it does some things the other movies just neglect to do somehow.
Yeah. It has good action.
It's excellent action.
It might have the best action of those new movies.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to Dark Phoenix later, but yeah, the point is, y'all were fucking wrong for shitting on that movie.
Yeah, but not super wrong. Just
But-
a little bit wrong.
But like, considering how many bad X-Men movies there are, to go, oh, that's the worst one, requires like a level of like cinematic illiteracy that kind of frustrates me.
Yeah, but at the same time, I understand people being fucking exhausted with it.
Oh yeah, exhaustion I can understand, but
Because,
to say like,
like,
this
you-
is a bad movie.
Because you're getting the writer of X-Men 3 to come back and write and direct the same storyline again. I remember when I heard that, I was like, why? Why are you doing this? Why are you rushing into this? And then everyone's like waiting for the X-Men to go in the MCU, and it's kind of like,
Just get
really?
it
We're
with-
still doing this? And then also it made like no money.
Because everyone was like, just get into the MCU
So I think
stuff.
a lot of the people are like people who are just kind of assuming it's bad, shitting on it as well.
Yeah, because it's fun in today's culture to just shit on movies you haven't seen. Even though, like, superhero movies have come so far in the last, like, 15 years. Try and watch a movie from 1998 about superhero movies, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, most of them are fucking awful.
Did Blade come out in 98?
Yeah.
Blade's
like,
great.
Pre-Blade, though, we have what?
Steel?
Yeah, we have Steel. We have Batman and Robin. We have
There's some good ones.
there are some good ones, but there are also some
there's
terrible ones.
2 good Batman movies, 2 good Superman movies.
There's Meteor Man.
Yeah.
There is Roger Corman's Fantastic Four, which is still somehow the best of the Fantastic Four movies.
Wait, you're talking shit about people who shit on movies you haven't seen. You haven't seen that, and you're saying it's the
But
best.
like, those 3 movies are so terrible that I have seen, and I'm like, yeah.
Quick, your ranking of the Fantastic Four movies.
Okay, bottom is the second one, then the first one by Tim Story. Oh, no. But bottom is the second one by Tim Story, Silver Surfer. Then
How are you making this confusing? There's like 3 movies.
Okay, Rise of the Silver Surfer, Fan Four Stick, First Fantastic Four with Tim Story, and then Roger Corman.
You can't rank movies that you haven't seen.
I've seen Rise of the Silver Surfer.
You haven't seen Roger Corman, I mean, so you can't start at 4. Number 3.
Okay. So number 3 is Rise of the Silver Surfer, then Fan Four Stick, and then the First Fantastic Four movie.
Okay. First one is at the bottom for me. This Rise of Silver Surfer is second. It's terrible, but has a scene where Mr. Fantastic dances with his stretchy arms.
Yeah.
And it's one of the funniest things I've seen in my life.
Ugh.
And not for the intended reason as well. It's just horrifying. It's like fucking scene from Cats.
Yeah.
Like level, just like CGI horribleness. And then number 1 is Fantastic, because I think that movie is 2/3 good. And then 1/3 shit, but
Dog shit, yeah.
yeah. But it is fine.
It's fine. Okay, I don't disagree with you. What about Spider-Man? Wait, what? No, we can't do Spider-Man. That's gonna come in later.
Yeah, next episode we'll be launching into season 3 of the actual podcast we're doing.
Yeah, it's finally that time, folks. But
we've been taking this time out in the summer to just chill out with some bonus episodes and get the Patreon running, and I guess like trying not to die of like a global virus. But
so far we've survived, but you never know. This is the first drunk podcast episode. We're still pretty drunk. You guys are hopefully still listening. But yeah, we're going to cut it off here because this is actually a teaser for our Patreon channel. So next time around, we're going to be talking about X-Men again, but we're going to get weird with things.
Okay, not that weird.
We're going to get that
not that like tone of voice weird. We'll be just talking general X-Men bullshit. I guess if you're paying money to help us make this podcast, then you're at a level where you're willing to hear us talk absolute shit when we're drunk, so...
I think we're at the best when we're talking shit when we're drunk.
But if you subscribe to our Patreon, then you'll get movie retrospectives, like general like superhero reviews when those movies actually come out, which they're not really doing this year.
Yeah.
New Mutants aside.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also doing like comic book club stuff, and we're doing these drunk episodes, and...
There's something called... About a year ago, Jack and I had an idea for a Dungeons & Dragons style game involving Spider-Man, where I played Peter Parker and did a day in the life of Spider-Man.
And I improvised being a DM after never doing it before in my life.
And the result was actually surprisingly good.
In Henry's words.
Oh, well, we'll find out. Well, if you subscribe to our Patreon, you can listen to the first episode of Sewers and Goblins.
I'm proud of that name and nothing else.
Yeah, Jack's just a bit ashamed because he had like lots of voice impressions. He's self-conscious, but it's really funny.
I'm proud of my Aunt May impression and nothing else.
I think the Aunt May impression is worth it.
Yeah, so if you want to hear me embarrass myself, then join our Patreon feed.
Do that. It's definitely worth the money. This, though, kind of concludes our X-Men ranking drunk podcast. We hope you enjoyed it, because otherwise we spent all this money on wine for nothing.
See you later, fuckers.